All right, Shalom. We want to give all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
And peace and blessings to brothers and sisters throughout the four corners of the earth that are waiting on the deliverance of Yahweh Shai, our Lord and Savior. We're just going to go further on into just the condition of our people and just the fact that the Most High is really, what He's done to our people, man. Because sometimes we think that it was these other nations I was able to do it, but the Lord, the Most High, was the one who allowed these different things to come upon our nation because of our rebellion as a people. Right. Okay, and we have to always be mindful of that when we're preaching this gospel. Yep. Because we can talk about Esau, which we do, but they're going to do what they're going to do. We have to own up as a nation, especially starting with the elect, right, to our fall and our transgressions. Mm-hmm. Okay, so go ahead and start with that up.
This is Daniel chapter 9, verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day, to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off.
Right, so the confusion of faces. Now let's go back into that word. We have it ready for the word confusion, because one of the things that's been being taught, that whole confusion of faces, is talking about looking like other nations. Mm-hmm. It's not talking about that. Okay? And we're gonna prove it just by going into the Hebrew word for confusion. Right? That's the reason why it's important to go into the Hebrew and get the pure translation, like it says in Sirach, the prologue to Sirach. It tells you that you get the better understanding. Give them the strong G number and the shots.
This is strong G H132. Strong H1321. Bashah, which means shame. Shame, shameful thing. Strong's definition: shame, the feeling and the condition, as well as its cause. By implication, an idol, ashamed, confusion, greatly put to shame.
Exactly. We've been greatly put to shame. As a nation. It has nothing to do with looking like other nations.
Right.
Okay? The shame comes from the fact that we rebelled against the Most High. He's going to continue explaining it to us. Okay? Right. So yeah, go ahead and keep reading on from there. Okay. This guy's going to be cursed or something? This guy's taking pictures of this.
We'll just start over from the top again. This is Daniel 8 and 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee.
That's it. That's the reason why there's a shame to our faces, because of all the things that happened to our people. That's right. That's the reason why no other people, those people that are over there in the land of Israel, they cannot identify with any of these curses.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. See, because there's a doctrine called Christian Zionism. It's based on that those people somehow had these same curses that came upon them. It didn't happen. Mm-hmm. Who were the biggest financiers of the slave trade? Those same people that are over there in Israel. The same bakers.
That's right.
Now it was prophesied that we were going to go into slavery by slave ships in Deuteronomy 28 chapter. But none of these guys and their pastors is going to break that down.
Right.
That became a shame to our faces.
Right.
And see, a Christian Zionist can't break that down.
Right.
Okay?
Because they don't fit it whatsoever.
Yeah, they don't fit it whatsoever. Because see, the key thing in this thing is prophecy. Go real quick, hold where you're at. But go to Revelation 19 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so just like the brother was bringing out, we're still going to finish off on that Daniel. But those that are scattered that are near and that are far off, it's a bit of confusion to our faces because of what? It's going to keep going down and telling you as to why.
Right.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. worship Yahweh. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
That's right. The testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. It comes in the volume of the book. In order for Yahweh Shai to deliver us, we have to have fallen away.
Right.
We have to be in a condition in which we need to be saved.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, that's plain and simple. So we had to, that the fall and us being at this level had to happen. And it's so heavy when you read the curses. It's heavier than what our people think.
Yeah.
That's the reason why when you go through the curses and you really start identifying with them and you start seeing it, you start realizing how ashamed that is, how much of a shame that is.
That's right.
Yeah, so go ahead, we'll start back up at that verse you're on there, Daniel.
Daniel.
Yeah.
This is Daniel chapter 8, verse
Check it out.
chapter 9, verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces.
A shame to our faces.
Yeah.
A great shame. What's being ashamed? Being ashamed, I mean, well, do people know what the definition of shame is?
Right, right.
You know, being ashamed is where we are right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you commit an act that's inappropriate, you're ashamed of that act, man.
Yeah.
And what we did, we committed a horrendous act by being disobedient unto our power.
Right.
And that shame has come upon us throughout the whole world, no matter where you go on this planet, man,
Yeah.
because, you know, even though we may have good people in the midst of our nation, the Most High took the good and the bad down, man.
Yeah.
And so that's what most people don't, you know, even with what the brother's talking about, like with these Christians, they'll come out, well, these things, there has to be a payback for those people who did these things. And for those Christians, they'll say, well, this person right here, he's a so-called good Christian. But hey, if you're not of that nation that the Most High is going to judge, he going to bring that whole nation. He ain't going to let certain people escape from it, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the whole thing,
Yeah,
man.
he judged by whole nations.
Yep.
When you go into the different captivities, the prophets went into captivity with the rest of the nation, and they were prophesying,
Exactly.
telling the nation to repent.
Likewise today, huh?
Yeah.
You know, he brought his men out, you know, Lord willing, we be those men. Hey, man, you know, he sends people out to prophesy before the downfall of a nation, man.
That's right.
And likewise in, what's that, Genesis 15? Genesis 15, he says, they shall serve the captives for 400 years, and afterwards that nation shall I judge.
Yeah. That's right. So go ahead, continue on.
But unto us confusion of faces, as at this day, to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee.
That's part of the reason why we're in shame.
Right.
Because of the trespass that we trespassed against him, he drove us away from the land.
Right.
Now, when we come out here and we're trying to tell people that we're the real Israelites, even our own people saying, no, y'all not. That is a shame to our faces, man.
Yeah, right.
That's how heavy the Most High brought that judgment upon us.
Right.
We're over here in the highest most part of the earth. Jake didn't know about America back then.
Right.
They didn't know about this land that's called America today. They couldn't see themselves being scattered all the way over here. They couldn't see it.
Right.
Yep.
Go on.
O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes,
To our kings and to our princes. So not even the lower level amongst them, to our kings.
That's right.
When you go into the account in the book of Kings, one of the kings of Judah, remember what happened? He found the book. Remember the Levite found the book, gave it to him, and he read it, and he dropped to the floor. He couldn't believe. Damn, this is the reason why we even getting jacked up, because we haven't been following our power.
I got a scripture for you too, huh? This is Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 11. The master and the servant were punished after one manner, and like as the king, so suffered the common person.
Come on, bro. Go ahead, write that down.
Hey, man, just like what the brother was bringing out, man. Hey, we all got the same punishment, man. It didn't matter who you were, what status you had, if you were a high person or a low person, you all got the same judgment.
That's right. Keep going.
O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we we have sinned against thee.
Has nothing to do with looking like other nations.
Right.
Did we say that all Israel is going to be variegated, diverse looking? Yes, but this has nothing to do with that.
Right.
Okay, which we'll get into another false breakdown, a stronghold that's been pushed that's similar to what's about this one. Okay, another day. But keep going.
To the Most High our power belongeth mercies and forgivenesses,
That's right.
though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of our Lord our power to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets.
Yep. Keep going. This is still getting heavy.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
That's it.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us.
Come on, the curse is poured upon us. Man, when you are cursed, you're ashamed.
Yeah,
man.
that's, yep, that's right. That's
Okay,
right.
that's the reason why a lot of guys, and listen, in this current world that you're in, a lot of guys, in order to attract women, you got to be a base Negro, a base Latino.
Right.
You got to be as base as possible to attract your own nation, the woman of your own nation. That's why you got a lot of guys out there saying, "Hey, don't tell them that you're in the truth." You know?
Yeah, right.
Because
right.
you know if you're going to act accordingly, you can't attract the women of our nation that are in a base state. They want you looking like Kodak Black, man. They want you looking like old boy from Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. They want you looking like Old Dog, with tattoos,
Yeah.
right, with a booty face. You get what I'm saying?
That's right, man.
They want you to have your pants down showing your butt,
Right.
showing your underwear.
That's right.
Jake knows the reason why you're doing that stuff is for these women. You don't want to, standing up for righteousness. That's a shame to your face.
Yeah,
Shame.
yeah.
The fact that you got to base yourself to that level just to attract women of your own nation.
Right.
What you gonna say,
Boy, hey man, that's amazing, man. Cause see, when you see the Jay's got to base himself in that position, man. What that tell you about the women, man? That's choosing individuals like that, bro.
Come on.
It's like, oh god, dang, our nation suffers, man.
Really suffering. When you really examine things, you're gonna realize that this nation is completely been at a low, man.
Right.
Yeah, that and like we were talking about before in camp, man. You look at like that I brought it up, that Atlanta housewife over there in Atlanta, man. They got to pick up them base cats just to have something, man. You know what I'm saying?
And guess what? They wouldn't want a guy that's on a straight and narrow.
That's on the straight and narrow.
Because then they have to submit to him.
Yep.
See, these women ain't stupid. They know that if they want a man, that especially the women of our nation, a lot of them don't want to have a man that they would be willing to submit to. Because if they got with a man that they knew was on a straight and narrow, especially in these scriptures, they know that they have to submit to that.
Yeah, you have to submit. And what does it require? What does it require? It requires change.
Yep.
And that's one thing that Jake doesn't like. That's for men and women. They hate change, man.
Yeah.
And so, especially when you've been so accustomed or institutionalized to a way of thinking, and then to come into a righteous way of thinking, that's like a strange thing to them. And they're like, man, I don't want that, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Because being a wicked man in our generation, there's certain social currency
Yeah.
that you obtain by doing certain things that are against the scriptures.
Right.
You know, you got guys out there basically wearing tattoos,
Yeah.
dreadlocks on, and things like that.
All
they
things.
know that there's certain things they're gonna gain on a social perspective amongst our nation by doing those things.
Yep.
And if you do righteousness, you know you're gonna be what? Ostracized.
That's right.
You're gonna be hated because you're not doing those same things.
Right.
Because now you're walking in the righteousness of Yahweh Shai, and you become a new creature, and that thing makes them be like, wow, this guy's off.
Yeah.
He ain't like us.
Yeah.
Right.
Or she ain't like us if you're a woman. You know? So keep going. You can read from that curse. Yeah.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, because we have sinned against him. And he has confirmed his words, which he spake against us.
Which he spake against us.
Yep.
And against our judges that judged us,
Against the judges that
by bringing upon us a great evil.
A great evil, man. All the stuff that happened to our people is a great evil. Okay? That's why I see these other nations, they're not going to care about us.
Oh no.
You know, because, you know, hey, at the end of the day, like it says in one of the scriptures, he says, why this happened to these people? Because they had sinned against their power.
Yeah.
Right.
So they have no sympathy for us.
Yeah.
Because of the elites of all these different nations, they know why we're in the condition we're in.
Exactly. Well, and what does that tell you? It tells you that these people know where our power lies and where our weaknesses lie, man.
Yep.
So just like when you go back to the story of Balaam, and he told the Midianites how to take us down, man.
Yep.
When Balaam came out there and the Most High, and Balak was trying to tell Balaam to curse the children of Israel, the Most High turned that into a blessing because he wouldn't allow the man to curse us, man. But look what happened. He came back and he told the Midianites how we can overcome these people. Get them to start worshiping other gods, man, and you'll weaken them. And then their God will fight against them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll only be for a short period of time. But if you want that short period of time of them being down, do this. And what did they do? They sent their women over unto Israel and coerced the Israelites to obey and adopt the ways of their gods. And then the Most High Power Yahweh got ticked off at us, man, and put us in these conditions.
Yep.
And you go into detail, and it's in the scriptures, and then you can get even more detail inside of the book of Josephus. It goes into a little bit more detail of how they enacted with our men, man, and caused them to go off.
Yeah.
But you start seeing how throughout history how all the nations did the same things to us,
Yeah.
man.
Exactly. Right. So you got another precept or you?
No, he's pretty much saying
No,
the
so
same
yeah,
thing.
go back to that. Yeah, back to that verse. So that's the clincher.
Yeah.
That last verse right there is the clincher, man.
And he has confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven has not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem.
And under no other nation, man, has gone through what we went through. It's impossible.
Yeah.
No other nation can say that they had the whole western side of the world and they lost it to another nation. That didn't happen to nobody, man.
Yep.
You know?
Man.
Why didn't Esau go and take over China like he did the U.S.?
Right.
He didn't do that to any other place. He knew exactly who the people were over here.
Uh-huh.
And that had never happened to another group of people.
Right.
Because Esau would go and say, well, look, everybody was enslaved by other people.
Right.
But you actually say, Edomites, when were y'all enslaved? They can't tell you.
Hey.
Now, if they were honest, they would go back to the scriptures and say that we had them in captivity.
Yeah. If they were honest, but
That's
you ain't
why
gonna.
But
Esau
they-
was making that documentary. He could never prove. I mean, he never said nothing that those so-called Jews over there now fit the
Yeah.
prophecy.
You know?
He never brought out none of that.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
words? See, what they do is they use past. That's why they got to use past prophecies. Well, look, when we go into the book of Daniel,
Yeah.
when we look at the book of Kings, what happened to him back then?
Uh-huh.
But then all of a sudden, for like hundreds of years after, but it's about the modern era, you got to fake bring things.
Yeah.
You got to
Right.
fake create events like the Holocaust to basically say that you're somehow downtrodden as a people.
Yeah.
When all those people that you're talking about disappeared in the 20s and 30s, going back to the mandatory Palestine.
That's right.
All those people in Europe, those so-called 6 million Jewish people, they had already started leaving, going back to after the First World War.
right.
They're moving to America. They're moving to South America. They're moving to Cuba. They're moving to South Africa. You know, they're
Yep.
moving all over the world before that whole World War II even started.
Yeah.
So who were those people that were in those camps? And was it 2 million people? Is the question. Or is it 6 million, you know? So, but what happened to us is documented.
I got to accept to that.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 1. Therefore the Most High has made good his word, which he pronounced against us,
Right.
and against our judges that judged Israel, and against our kings, and against our princes, and against the men of Israel and Judah, to bring upon us great plagues, such as never happened under the whole heaven, as it came to pass in Jerusalem, according to the things that were written in the law of Moses.
Yeah.
Pretty much saying the same thing that was in Daniel.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the same exact thing, precept upon precept. That's
So
pretty-
anybody that say that the Apocrypha
come on.
is a book that's not, not part of the scriptures, you're a damn lie.
Yeah.
That's right.
Real lie.
It's stating pretty much word for word what Daniel said.
Yeah,
Right.
because the curses was already written in the law.
That's
Uh-huh.
right.
back when Moses is around. You can read that in multiple chapters when it goes into how we're going to get taken down. How we're going to basically depart from the Most High and end up going into captivity, worshiping other gods. You know, being a reproach amongst all people. That's why nobody wants to deal with our people overall, man, unless a lot of times it's just a using situation. You know, it's just like I've seen a story about this Jake. He plays soccer at Clemson. He plays soccer at Clemson University. No, Clemson University has won the national championship for football.
Yeah.
Now this guy, he probably played the wrong sport because he was dating this girl, an Edomite chick, which she had to be Edomite. Her parents are against her dating this guy. She's a college athlete. He plays soccer at Clemson. He's on a full scholarship. He's gonna probably get his degree, but the parents don't want him to be with that dude, and they cut her off. She set up a GoFundMe to pay for her first year of college because the parents said that they're not going to pay for school because of the fact she's dating that Jake. Now, had that Jake been on a national championship football team, instead of playing on Clemson's soccer team, they wouldn't have said a damn thing.
Right.
If he was on his way to the NFL, they would be like, "Hey, keep going, date with him. Yeah, I like that guy." Because even in down south, they've always been like that, man. Down south, Mississippi, he from Mississippi. The other JV playing for Ole Miss, he on the way to the league, first round draft pick, man. Them other counties he was talking about where Esau stay at, they would let their daughter get with that dude.
Yeah,
right. He's about to make a cool 20 mil.
And you know what's so cool about that, Og, man? You know, Esau, he got the whole cake. He give Jake crumbs. Then you had the lower end Esau's trying to get the crumbs that Jake have. You know what I'm saying? Jake can't win, bro.
Jake can't win.
He can't win at all.